America. Let's talk America. Here we go. Let's talk America. Um, this is an emergency pod. We on here today. Uh, we're at war. There's no other way to look at it. America, we are at war. Um, wow. I don't even know what to say about what's going on right now, except that we are at war. Now it's about what happens next. It's not about what do we do, because to be completely honest about it, we don't know what we're going to do next. We have no idea what comes next. And that's the scary part about it all. We don't know. We don't know what happens next. Um I'm gonna add the guest thing into the Facebook and to the YouTube for us all to talk, because this right now we're gonna sit on the couch together and we just gonna talk about it together, because we don't know what happens next. And that's the scary part, because we punch somebody in the mouth and we expect them to do nothing about it. Let me say that again. We punch somebody in the mouth and we don't expect nobody to do nothing about it. How can we think that that's going to last? We can't, right? Right? You can't think that punching somebody in the mouth and never doing anything, and they just going to do nothing about it. We can't expect that to happen, right? If you want to join the conversation, I just put it into the Facebook. I'm about to put it into the YouTube here in a second. Give me a second to put it in there, because yeah, we need to talk about this as a family. Um I think it went in there. Let me see. Uh but again, we at war, my people. We are at war, and we don't know what is going to happen. So this is an emergency pod. Anybody that's watching right now, this is an emergency pod. I'm on here. It's a Saturday night. I did not expect to have emergency pod, so I'm on here with y'all. Um, and we going to process this together, because we are at war, and we don't know how they're going to punch back. If I'm being honest, I'm worried about sleeper cells. Let me say that again. If I'm being honest, I am personally worried about sleeper cells, because the Ayatollah has been in power since 1979, I believe, and we are at 2025. We don't know what they have in our country. We are a militarized country, and what I mean by that is we have more guns than people. Let me say that again. We have more guns than people. So it doesn't take a nuclear weapon. It don't take a bunch of bombs. It don't take an army to come into our country and terrorize us. It just don't. All it takes is this shopping mall here, this Walmart there, this Target there, this airport here. It ain't gotta be, it ain't gotta get to the airplanes, but just the airport itself. Those are the things that we have to worry about now. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I don't know. You don't know. And damn sure the president don't know. I think we got dragged into this war. Um, I think they played Trump as a fiddle. Again, I added the link into the Facebook and the YouTube. If you want to come in and express your views, please come on in. I don't know how long we're gonna be on today. I'm not putting no time limit on or anything like this. This is for us to sit on the couch and talk it out. Because again, we are at war. So how do y'all feel about it? You know? How do you think about what's going on right now? Because I'm worried. I didn't want to do it. Anybody that's my Facebook friends knows I put out a few days ago us attacking Iran is a mistake. I put it out within minutes of us or of the president telling us that we attacked Iran. This is a mistake. I want to know how, like, again, this is the couch for us to sit here and talk about it. Come on and join the conversation. But I believe it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. I'm about to look up right now and see if I can find the um few minutes that he did talk to the nation, because his talk to the nation, the president's talk to the nation in and of itself was antagonizing in my book. Um it was as if you can't be touched. Muhammad Ali was touched. To think that you as a fighter can't be touched is just wrong. To think that a nation in and of itself of 350 million people can't be touched is wrong. And that's how I took his announcement. I pray we don't be touched, but it's absolutely possible that we can be touched. Eh, The whole thing in and of itself is just shocking. It's because if I'm being honest, I would have thought that he wouldn't have did it. I would have thought he would have tackled it. Like he's been tackling the tariffs, like he's been tackling immigration here and there. I really would have thought that he would have tackled it. And for people that don't know what tackle means, that means Trump always chickens out. I would have thought he would have tackled it and chickened out, but he does have this feelings of wanting to fight on different things and show force. I will say that, not fight, but show force. And that's where we're at now. I'm about to play his address to the nation, and let's watch it together because, like I said, to me it was antagonizing. Um, but I'm wondering what the community has to say about it. So as it starts to get ready, here we go. He's coming out, and again, let's talk about it together, people.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate, in particular So many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say, we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel. And God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So that's what he had to say. Again, I feel like it was antagonizing. He's basically saying we need to they need to take the hit and call it a day. And I don't know anybody that get punched in the mouth and then just walk away. Even by somebody that's bigger than you. My pop always taught me back in the mean streets of South Philly, pick up a brick, pick up something, go do something, figure it out. To just think that they just gonna lay down and just take it. First off, and I didn't even know this. The bombs were so big they registered as earthquakes. Both of them, two of them that they dropped. And I'm not saying this. First off, anybody that know me knows I am USA until I die. This is not a pod to talk about how I'm against our country and how I don't love our country or anything like that. However, I'm worried about our country. I'm worried about the fact that we are at war and we do not know. We can't expect Iran to fight fair. Let me say that again. We can't expect Iran to fight fair. Anybody that's watching and you want to sit here on the couch and talk to me, I have put the links into the Facebook. I put the links into the YouTube. This is for us to decompress and try to talk this out because there's some big shit that happened today. We are at war again in the Middle East. A war that President Trump said that he's the peacemaker. We don't go to war. We're not going to go to war on him. We never went to war on him. And now we at war. And we don't know how they're going to fight back. Let me say that again. We don't know how they're going to fight back. But here we are in this fucking war. I'm worried. I don't know what is to come. Like I said, It can get as bad as sleeper cells in our country. It can yeah, he started there, Auntie. Again, if you want to come in and join in, you're more than welcome to. I put the links in. He started it. At this point, he started the American involvement into it. I'll say that. And I also say I feel like Israel played him to a fiddle, like the fiddler in Roots, like Louis Gossett Jr. in Roots. He was played like the fiddler because they knew that if they could possibly break these attacks off well enough, he's going to one in. He's going to one in because it looks like, wow, they're doing such a magnificent job. I need to get into this to show I'm the reason his narcissism. I'm the reason why this succeeded. But I have one thing to say about that is the first 2 weeks of the Iraq war went magnificently. The first 2 weeks of the Iraq war went magnificently. And then what happened? I'm not going to say we got our ass kicked, but we lost a lot of good men and women to death, wounded, and even and wounds comes more than just physical. The mental wounds that came back from that, from not just from the soldiers and sailors and Marines and airmen, but from their families as well. And that's what we're facing again today. How did we get here? And I'll say again, we got here because we were played as a country. 2 months ago, the head of the intelligence agency just said we don't see Iran going towards a nuclear weapon. Since 2003-ish, I want to say it was. 1 or 3, something like that. Don't quote me on that. Again, it's a Saturday night. However, she changed her tune earlier today / yesterday. Why? Because she wanted to keep her job because Trump said, I don't believe her. I don't believe our intelligence agencies. And she's in charge of all of that. He wanted to go to war, but I still thought he would chicken out because once we start this, the enemy has a say. They still ain't said shit yet. We are only 2 hours into this, 3 hours into this, 4 hours into this at the most. I'm worried about us, y'all. And that's why I came on. I came on as an emergency pod because I'm worried about us. And I wanted to create an outlet. I wanted everybody to be able to sit on the couch and for us to talk about this because we are, I think, in troubled waters. We're in troubled waters. And I don't know, even regime change, I don't think would fix this because we got the regime change in Iraq. And did that fix it? No, we still had another 8-9 years of war in Iraq after the regime change. Is it a better place today than it was in 2001, 2003 when we went and attacked? I believe it is. However, the treasure, we spent $1.9 trillion between the Iraq war and where we are in our future endeavors on paying for the veterans because we got veterans here that could possibly, this could bankrupt us. That being said, uh welcome to the Couch Black. Like I said, it's an emergency pod. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for joining us, the community, as our shipmates on the Shipwreck podcast. Where are you at right now?
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All
Loud and
right.
clear.
I was just doing a mic check real quick. Uh Honestly, I don't know why we are in or bombed Iran. They did nothing to us. There was no threat to us. It was all Israel. And like you said earlier, Israel goaded us into this. But
Mm-hmm.
if you go back, Kamala warned us that this is what was going to happen if
Mm,
Trump is elected. She said that in one of the debates that
mm-hmm.
the dictators want Trump to be elected because they can manipulate him.
Manipulate him. You absolutely 1,000%. They know the playbook for him. It's an
Yes.
easy one.
And if you go look at, okay, why did we attack Iran? Why did we destroy their nuclear website or nuclear sites? It wasn't because they was a threat to the United States. It wasn't because they was a threat to the bases around or around the Middle East. It was all because they was a threat to Israel, and Israel bombed them. So they knew what they was doing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they knew what they was doing, and they knew that they can get Trump to finish the job for them.
Yep. Yep.
And
But
Kamala warned us exactly what's happening.
mm-hmm.
She said that is what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been a plan for a while. This didn't just come up. This was a plan because there's some stuff that I know that happened over there from people that I know
Mm-hmm.
that the military bases around the area was preparing, and they was told we can't tell you, but we got to start preparing for XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, we not at uh don't have any conflicts going on with anybody over there. So they just probably training for some bullshit, just telling them some bullshit or
Yeah.
whatever. Now I know why.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably the plan last year sometime.
Mm-hmm. What I mean, Netanyahu been backing Trump for a long time
Yeah,
because there are two
yeah,
peas in the pie because Netanyahu has been indicted himself.
yeah,
So there are two peas in a pod.
yeah.
And when you have a president who has no real true north other than himself, that's an easy mark.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy mark. And then here we are. This is where we are today because this is what America wanted.
Mm-hmm.
This is but I don't think what America understands what we are about to get because, like I said, I'm gonna say it 10 times over and over and over again. The most thing I'm worried about is sleeper cells because
Yeah,
once sleeper cells started this, now we got to put boots on the ground in Iran. Now we
yep,
really got to go hit them. Now we got to go do other than just punch them in the face.
yep,
Now we got to take over the entire country
yep,
because they killed Americans.
yep.
Because
And
we
it's like you
attacked them. Go ahead.
it's like you said earlier that you don't get punched in the face and don't do anything.
Mm-mm.
As a nation, you have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, your dad taught you pick up a damn brick,
Pick up
pick
a
up a
brick.
stick, something. Your ass do something.
Go
Cause
do something.
cause if you don't do something, he gonna whip your ass tomorrow too. And
Yep.
the next day, and the next day. So
Yep.
Iran has to do something. And I'm worried that we don't go into conflict. Anybody, any kind of president who has any kind of sense, you don't go in a place without an exit.
Mm-hmm.
And what is our exit? What is our long
We don't
goal?
have one. We don't have one.
Exactly. That's
We don't
that's my
have one.
point. We dropped those bombs, destroyed that, and we just gonna sit back and wait and like, okay, it's over. No, I don't think it's over. And like you gave the example on Iraq. We spent trillions of dollars in Iraq
1.9.
when yes, okay, we said 1.9 trillion.
And that's including the money that we still got to spend for veterans that need care
Yes. This could potentially be our Iraq all over
all
again.
over again.
And he went and said, as you said earlier, that he is the peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
No more new wars. And I have debated with people that I'm voting for Trump because I'm tired of wars.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he's not going to get us in any more wars and he's going to pull us out of everything. I have debated with people who told me that.
So
And
and
so
go ahead.
now I wonder what those people think. The fact that we went over there and bombed Iran. and now we waiting to see how they gonna respond.
So I'm gonna tell you about a cult member. 'Cause, he's pure cult. He's pure cult. This is the Peruvian who parents came here as immigrants
Hmm.
that is only naturalized because he was born here, but he want to get rid of birthright citizenship.
Right, right.
That's how cult he is. He said it had to happen. So that's what the cult is at.
He's already said that
Yes,
it had to
it had
happen.
to happen.
What
It
was his
had,
reason? Why does it have to happen?
let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna bring it up for you. Hold on. We are live, people. If you want to join the conversation, I put the links in the YouTube already. Put them in the Facebook. You are more than welcome to join. This is his whole statement. This had to be done, mainly because, wait for it. Who you think you about to blame?
Biden.
And Obama. Obama and Biden sent this regime billions of dollars, which directly led to the funding of their nuclear ambitions and the January 7th attack. That thank God we have a president like Trump who gave Iran every opportunity to make peace agreement before destroying these facilities. 80% of Americans believe that Iran could not be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon. Some people are simply on the opposite side of history. The entire thing. So first off, he lives on Mars because he think the dude that killed the people in Minnesota, he thinks he's a liberal. So he lives on Mars. Let me start. I should have started with that. He lives on Mars. Okay. But the entire cult lives on Mars.
Yeah,
If you really think about it, you can't look at just think that they look at life rationally and with reality and still be in a cult.
that's his rationalization on going on
Yeah.
Trump bombing.
Trump is fixing Biden's and Obama's problems.
Yeah.
That's what you got. On
So
Mars, that's what you
if
got to
that's
do.
the case, then why when Trump was campaigning, he said no new wars, and he's the master peacemaker and deal maker. I think is
We
what he
we
said.
we, we,
He the
we have
master deal maker.
we haven't got there yet. Just like he's cool with the Epstein's files not coming out now. Like I mean, you know, I can't remember exactly what he said about that. Like Trump ain't got. I mean, like he's on Mars and the cult. That's the only reason I stay in this group and I still poke holes in him is to see what Mars look like. You know, I like to go to Mars without getting on a rocket. I visit and then I come back to Earth. I tell him, I said, like I told him, I said, you like me and pissed on and told it's raining.
Yeah.
That's why I call him Piss Boy, because that's what it is. Because you will gobble up, and because he would have said the same thing. He would have said, Trump fixed it. He deserved like he deserved a Nobel Peace Prize because he got Iran to get rid of the nuclear program if they would agree to the same deal Obama, because that's what they want. That's what he wanted a week ago, was for
Hmm.
him for Iran to agree to the same shit that Obama had agreed to 5 years ago. 6 years, well, actually more than that now. That he got rid of 5 years ago in 2018.
Hmm.
We I don't I'm worried about our country because I don't know how far this can go. Because the moment the moment American lives, and I'm gonna even go even further by that, white lives be involved by a foreign enemy, we got ourselves a problem.
Yep.
We can kill ourselves, and it don't matter. It really don't matter. We can have white on white crime with as many guns as we want and many schools as we want. We can have black on black crime as many schools and all the shit that you want with all the guns and all that stuff. As long as we killing ourselves, we ain't gotta go to war. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing we can do other than pray.
Hmm.
Other than pray. But the moment somebody that say Allah Akbar kills an American, we gotta put some boots on the ground somewhere.
Yep.
And if I'm Iran, They can't hit here without doing that. Ain't no missile going to get here.
Right.
And if we think we got 350 million people and we got 375 million guns and we can't go and hit a mall. I'm saying we. I'm saying the mall can't be hit. If this can't be hit, if that can't be hit, and all you got to do is shake and shock our society to the point where people don't want to go to work, people don't want to get on that mass transit bus or that train or that airplane. It don't take much.
It don't. We proved that back after 9/11.
9/11. 9/11. We
9/11.
changed our entire security posture.
Everything changed after 9/11 as far as getting on subways and mass transit. All that was fragile
off
for a
of
long
box,
time.
off of box cutters. Let me say that again, people that's watching. Off of box cutters. We have
Yep.
300 and plus million guns in our society. How much is it going to take? And I hope it don't happen. I pray it don't happen.
True.
But that's where we at. That's where we at. We just don't know. And that's why I came on here as emergency pod. Again, if anybody want to join, you're welcome to join. It's on the Facebook, it's on the YouTube. We here for each other. This ain't about promotion. It ain't no like and subscribe. You know, we here for us tonight. If you want to join, join. If you don't, you don't. And you just want to watch, because I got a steady stream of people that's watching right now. And I appreciate that for y'all just watching. If you want to leave a comment, leave your comment, because right now, y'all, I'm praying for us as a country. And anybody that knows me and know how I feel about the higher power, I believe in a higher power, but I don't go to church. And I tell anybody go to church, pray for me. Right now, I want us to pray for our country. That's honestly how I feel. That's honestly how I feel. I see. Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna take try to be running for about 2 minutes, and everything's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we are America, and nothing major is gonna happen. So that's what I hope, and that's what I believe.
Mm.
But Black
Mm-hmm.
believes that this thing can open a can of worms, because I've always felt it's just a matter of time before somebody attack us. It's a
Mm-hmm.
matter of time on our land.
Mm-hmm. On our homeland.
Yes.
It's been 25 years, 24 years.
Yeah.
It's been 24
Well,
years.
well,
Well, I mean,
you and I believe different about that.
okay.
So
Okay.
we need to probably
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
podcast
yeah. We,
about
we,
that,
we we
because
probably do,
I
because I know the conspiracies like that. I don't.
I know Running had
No.
said something a couple weeks ago about it, and I think Running and I we on the same page with
Okay.
that one.
So we need to. Then we need to.
And there's and I will tell you, based on the research that I did,
Mm-hmm.
certain people have said certain things, and they put the phone down when I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
That's the research on the did on
Okay.
that 24 years ago. It's bullshit.
All right, and I want to have a real conversation about it. You seem because I want every research and everything that you did. We gonna whether it's videos, whether it's screenshots, whatever it is, we gonna play it and we gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's only about 2 or 3 videos I can send
Okay.
you to
Yeah, yeah,
watch,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just a lot of common sense stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't gonna go to we ain't gonna
Yeah.
get involved now, but it's one common sense thing, actually probably two, that if you look at that you be like, that don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll go into that later. But getting back to this thing, I'm worried because I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm hoping and praying that it doesn't get as ugly as it can.
E- Exactly. Exactly.
It doesn't get as ugly as it can,
Exactly. Exactly. As
because
ugly
it's easy. This entire generation, pretty much, everything. Well, I don't think we have ever had a war outside the Civil War. So since the Civil War, we haven't had war on this land. People don't know what war is.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
People don't know what bombs and
Yeah.
buildings falling down and
Yes.
seeing dead bodies and things like that. They don't know what that look like. So to them, war is somebody else's
Abstract.
problem.
Abstract.
Yes.
Abstract.
So
Absolutely.
until we get bombs dropped on us or missiles shot at us in cities blowing up and stuff, war to America is somebody else. That's them.
Mhm.
They deserve it.
Mhm.
We had to do it. And that's why I don't see how people can say we had to go to war. You are killing people.
Because everything you just said, what did you just say? We don't understand it. It's not in our DNA. It hasn't been in our DNA since 1865.
Yeah.
I mean, like we don't see people go and never come back.
Yeah.
That's different than
It is.
I may lose my house. Like my house
Yes.
is gone, and now I need to be a refugee and
Yes.
rely on somebody. Like that's totally two different things.
Yeah.
And that has been one of the things, like you said, because America is surrounded by ocean, we haven't had that.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are now, where again, and that's why I say it don't take much for
Yeah.
us to be in
Out.
that shock. I mean, it took 3,000 people for us to go to war and spend $2 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far off. Just not.
It's like nobody value human life. And
Mm-mm.
that's what's sad to me. People have lost their life because of an idiot.
Yes.
Egotistical,
Yeah.
narcissistic idiot
Yes.
who is trying to prove a point.
Yes.
And his followers are saying it had to
It
happen.
had to happen. It had to
So
happen.
people had to die because a country wanted nuclear energy
Mm-hmm.
and nuclear weapons. Well, I mean, well, we can say that they was on the verge or close to, or had the technology
Yeah.
to, or had the knowledge. I wouldn't say technology, had the
Technology.
knowledge to
Yeah.
build
Yeah.
a nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
But why? Why? I mean, Israel got them through us,
Mhm. Mhm.
from us. Russia has it.
Mhm.
So why you ain't want Iran to have? They trying to defend themselves and defend their country just like we defending ours, and Russia defend theirs, and Israel defend their land.
Why not? Why didn't we do that to North Korea? When I'm gonna take you back to 2003 when Bush said, or 2001 actually, after 9/11, the axis of evil was North Korea, Iran, and Iraq. That was the axis of evil.
Mm-hmm.
The one country that was the least furthest from weapons of mass destruction and a nuclear weapon was Iraq. That's the one we went into.
Mm-hmm.
Now North Korea has nuclear weapons. Why didn't we go urgently into there? It's simple. Their military was better than Iraq's. Their military would have killed more Americans than Iraq's. And on top of that, Iraq has all that oil.
That's what it was about, the oil. That's what it was about. Because I mean, you can go back to Daddy Bush.
Mm-hmm.
He had issues with Iraq, and some Bush came in to finish the job.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go back to Iran. What did Trump have issues in Iran his first term? He going to finish the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
going he went and finished
Yeah.
the job. And
Yep.
Israel goaded him in.
Yep. Yep. I- I'm worried, bro. I am because shit can get out of hand real fast. And if you don't expect these people not to punch you in the mouth, I don't know what to say. All right,
Yep.
we have somebody else ready to join the couch. Welcome, Dawn.
Hey,
Welcome,
cuz.
welcome. Welcome to the couch.
Wow.
What's how you feeling? How you feeling right now on
Uh,
Newkirk Street? How you feeling on Newkirk Street right now?
I'm feeling like when it came up, like, when it first came up tonight, I'm watching the Phillies game getting they behind kicked. So they were like, we going into the, I'm like, what's going on? And he just went off and do whatever he wanted to do. This idiot and the people who follow him. I don't, it's ridiculous. First of all, you have to have approval by the House of Representatives, the Congress, the
Not
Senate.
no. So I'm gonna stop you right there.
He
They have
can't.
no. So this they have given him authorization since 9/11. He has had every president has an authorization to do whatever the hell they want since
Oh, since 9/11,
9/11.
since the
Since nine,
okay.
yeah,
Well, they had it before then, Ship. They had it during the Vietnam. That's how we got in
yeah,
Vietnam. And
you're right about that too.
it's
You're right about
because
yeah.
the Constitution gives the president the authority over the military. So he
Yeah.
orders the military to do certain things. We don't ever say go to war, declare war. We haven't declared war
Since
since
World
I
War
think
II.
World War
World War
II.
II. World War II was the
Yeah,
last time we
World
did
War II.
that.
Last
I-
time we yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the
Yeah.
Constitution gives the president the authority over the military.
Even in Vietnam, they still gave him permission to go into Southeast Asia. Like
Yes,
they still
yes,
geographic it. So after 9/11, they made it the Middle East and Asia, and like they made it world. Actually, they made it worldwide, where he can go anywhere he thought terrorists was.
yeah, yeah. That's
You
kind of
know,
what that's the word. Or actually, it's terrorist and a threat
the threat.
and
Yeah,
something to national
yeah,
security. Yeah, there's like
absolutely.
several things. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. But since 9/11, he's had free reign to do whatever the hell any president
yeah.
to do whatever the hell they want. So go ahead, cuz. I'm sorry. Hate to cut you off, but I just wanted to be factual. That because on the pod, we that's what we do here. We learn, we grow together, and we got to be factual. So go ahead, go ahead, my cousin.
I gotta come back.
You got to come back. He
I
said, I got
can't
to
hear
come back.
y'all.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Hello.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh, she just got to come back. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think we may have lost her.
Here, I hear you now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we got you. We got you.
Y'all was saying some good stuff that I know. Look, y'all, I know Bobby military guy, so he know. But
So my brother Black, he military too. But go ahead.
yeah, like yeah, y'all know. Whoa, every little piece of it. I get it, but like a regular person, not a narcissistic asshole, would have go in his party
Hmm.
and would have asked like, "What y'all think?" Everybody would have been like, "No," anyway. But
Hmm.
he want to be a king,
Hmm.
so he gonna do what he 79 79 years old. Like he don't give a hell what's gonna happen to anyone, any American, any not even his own grandkids. He don't care.
I think he is looking more at it more narcissistic than you even think about, because I think he's looking at it as he wants the victory over Iran. However, I don't think they know what victory really is. And that's what Black talked about, which is what is victory? Saying that they're not going to do a nuclear weapon, they're not going to do a nuclear weapon. They was already, degraded from that. And if you think that you're going to punch them in the mouth and not get a nuclear weapon, that's they gonna come at you a different way. They may not get a nuclear weapon, but they gonna come at you somewhere
Yeah,
else. You know what I mean?
and they don't
Look,
mind dying. They will blow up
look
20,
here.
200 people. Just
Look at this is the best way to describe it, cuz somebody come on New Kirk Street and punch your grandkid in the mouth. They have no idea how many capers is on that street or around that street or why they
oh my
walking
God, about to
home.
be war.
But They have no idea of all the sleeper cells, capers that they
Yes, everywhere.
everywhere, 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 and that's what I'm talking about. Is they don't know. We don't know. I'm saying this as a country.
Yeah, who's in our
We don't
country?
know who's in our country and this has nothing to do with Biden. This has nothing to do with Trump. This has nothing to do with. But I'm talking about since 1979. That's when the Ayatollah came into power in Iran. So you're talking from 1979 to 2025. We have no idea how many people that have assimilated into our country
Yep,
that are probably citizens
that part.
that
And
could
got
attack,
people over there, got family members still there.
exactly, that could attack us. That's my biggest fear. That is my biggest fear.
Mm. It's like, whoo. Well, they voted for this and they stole a lot of it. Because I wanted Elon Musk to come out and tell me, I got something to say. Say that you paid and y'all got together and stole the election. 'Cause I don't think everybody that crazy. When I was like watching it, I took the next day off from work. I already prepared my life.
Mm-hmm.
And he won. I said, what the? Are you? No, it couldn't be.
So I don't know if you're watching or not, but Black is smirking right now because I
What
think
is
he's
it,
feeling the
Black?
same way.
I'm watching you.
Black is saying, and look here, let it go, Black. Look. Again, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you go, Black. I have not been able to allow myself to go into the conspiracy. I just it could keep me up at
I'm
night.
like that too,
I
Bobby.
I can't
When
allow myself
people
to
talk
do that.
conspiracies, I be like,
I just
yo,
I
but
just I gotta try to stay in reality and the reality that I know.
yeah. I'm like that too. They come, you know this. I be like, I don't want to hear that. I
Yeah,
look at reality.
yeah.
But after I seen all them people was
Oh,
marching,
yeah, no kings. Yeah, you. I can't lie.
and I was like, and it was 17 people at his thing, and
Yeah, yeah.
everybody in every city. I'm like, come on, y'all. Or they just jumped on on the bandwagon. I wasn't out there. This is not my fight. It's not. I'm not
I
marching for that.
I
But I'm
can't.
glad everybody was the white people was out there. They was mad.
I
And
can't
I'm
say
looking at
you.
all the videos, it was mostly white people out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, good, y'all go ahead. Cause y'all put them in there.
That's true. All
We
right, Black.
try to tell y'all just don't want no women's in power.
Yeah, they don't want no women.
And the whole thing is if we had a Democrat man, we wouldn't have been going through this shit right now.
And guys,
Cause this,
Black, I'm gonna give it to you, Black, because this is the things I hope there's some of my white friends that are watching this,
I
because
love y'all white
this is
people.
yeah, absolutely.
I got good
This,
white
this is
people, but
yeah, this is an insight of how real Black people think, because in 2020 I was all for Joe Biden because I said from the beginning we need an old white man that the country can trust
thank you. That
to
part.
beat Trump. It can't
We're
be no
not ready
woman.
for
It
a
can't be no game.
woman.
And trust me, I love Pete Booty. Pete Buttigieg, that's my man's in him. That's my man. That is that I love that dude. I
Yeah,
would love to
yeah.
vote for him. And Bernie, same thing. He is socialist. We need a straight old white man to win this election. That's how I felt in 2020. That's how I felt. And when the whole debate happened and Joe looked like shit, I was like, ugh, that ain't gonna work. Then I was like, all right, maybe Kamala can win because we learned our lesson from before. We got to see him. We seen how terrible it was. And Black, because I want you to come back. I'm not going to forget what you said. I want to come back to you on the voting thing. So we did all of that. We did all those things, and then I was like, "Yo, I think Kamala I think she can win. I think she can do it. I'm talking to people, just like I just really felt like I know she's a black woman, but I felt she had the energy because we didn't want to go back to what we had. We've seen it before. Boy, was I wrong. But now I'm leading into you, Black. What do you think about the election? Do you think it was stolen? Do you think, 2024? Go ahead, Black.
Of course, I think it was stolen,
Thank you, Black. You right with me.
Okay.
and it's not based on conspiracy. It's based on common sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a conspiracy to a degree. I don't believe some of the four. I don't believe a conspiracy if there's no common sense whatsoever. If I can't put a few dots in a row,
Mm-hmm.
if things start to line up, and I can say this is more than a possibility, then yes. So if you go back and listen to what Elon says, Elon said it's computers. I know computers. They can be manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Number
you,
one.
Black.
Number two, Trump he has said out of his mouth that the election was rigged. That's how I won. That's not conspiracy now. That's two people. Don't say something. Then if you look at now, it's coming out in the past week and a half. New York has come out and said that in certain districts that there is people who voted for Democratic senators or local seats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what all the positions were, and no, and for Democratic president zero.
Mm-hmm.
That don't happen. You've been following elections long enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care if you got
What you said.
40 Democrat votes for local positions, you gonna have at least 4 5 people gonna vote Democrat president. More
Mm-hmm.
than likely. So something ain't adding up. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
So
When it walks like a duck, quack like a duck, I gotta say it's a duck. So there's some things that the fact that Trump has said the election was rigged, he said that. This is not something that computer generated or AI generated, something that somebody else said, he said behind closed doors. No, this dude literally said the election was rigged. That's how I won.
Black.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I have not been able to, and why I think it will still be a problem for me to um prescribe or even think about it that hard, to be honest with you. And it's something, maybe it's a flaw in me or whatever, and we can talk about that too. If we already got in 2020, they thought it was rigged, right? They thought
Mm-hmm.
it was rigged, right? So you got half the country already think it was rigged from before in
Mm-hmm.
2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you got in 2024. What now, right or wrong, because I don't think it was rigged in 2020. I
Okay.
mean, like there were no
I see where you going.
abnormalities.
I see
You
where
already
you're
know where I'm
going.
going. So
Yeah.
now in 2024, the other side think it was rigged.
Now I'm gonna stop you right there.
Go. I'm gonna
When
just.
did Biden come out in 20 after it was over, or in 2021 and say the election was rigged? That's how I won. No. Did anybody come out and say
Okay.
that is in control of the computers or has the knowledge or the people around him to know computers like the voting machines and say they can easily be manipulated? Did anybody come out in 2021 to say that?
So I'm gonna say this to you first. Number one, and like we definitely have to have a pot on this. Send me where Trump said
I posted
it
it,
was
bro.
rigged.
It's on Facebook.
Ju-
I
oh,
send it to you.
Send it to me again, and so we can have, like, because it's all about facts. It's all about
He
facts. All about
said
Yeah,
it.
I
data.
love facts. But the
He
whole
said it.
thing,
He
he didn't in 2020, he didn't have Elon Musk, a billionaire, paying people. He is a tech genius
Mm-hmm.
to to do the he wasn't with Elon Musk in 2020.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you there, because it's not that. I'm saying I need fact. I need facts. I need facts. I need I need reality and I need facts.
Yeah, it's
And
smoke and
I'll
mirrors.
send it to you because he
yeah,
said it. He said it when the soccer, I forget, it's USG, whatever the soccer league is called.
mhm.
When they was at the White House and they was getting everything. I think soccer is gonna start this summer. It's this
Yeah,
summer or next summer.
it already has, and they already fucking it over with all the ice and like the attendance for the World Cup in the United States is horrible
Really?
because of ice.
Oh wow!
If all you got to do is if you Google it and look at the stadiums. Now Philly was packed. Philly was packed yesterday. Philly was packed yesterday.
I think we
Like,
supposed to have.
yeah.
I thought
If
we supposed
you
to
have
have a
more,
game in
and
Houston.
I honestly want to go here in Dallas. I want to go just to say I've been to a soccer match and World Cup and all that.
Right,
Stuff.
right, right.
But
Yeah, it's in Philly. I'm not
it,
going
it,
there.
I want to go just to say I've been there. And cause I look here.
Yeah,
Open your
that's
horizons,
true.
open your horizons and go, and then bring your butt to Texas. Bring your butt to Texas so you can meet your brother Black, your cousin Black, so you can meet your cousin Black. So
But
People
he
scared to
did
go down there because you need your paperwork, like
no,
back in the free slave. They arrested.
she said we need a pass. We need
we
a
gonna
pass.
have to we gonna have to
We need
pull
a,
out the
Y'all got
green
your
book again.
paperwork together.
we need a fucking pass to get to Texas. We need
You
a
might
pass.
be Mexican.
Master said I can't leave past Broad and Federal. I need a pass. I need a pass.
You
Anyway,
need to get out of jail free card because you gonna
nah.
be going.
No, cause you know Craig be down here all the time. You know what I mean? Like, Anyway, that's
But yeah, going back to
yeah.
you can't see it because people in 2020, who was saying it was rigged in 2020? Only one person.
Yeah, only one
And
person.
and
He created a movement. You're
yes,
correct.
and he created everybody else saying that it was rigged. So
You are correct.
it's totally different than 2024 because really nobody is talking about his rig but him.
I
He
get it.
started it, and then
So
Elon
That's
came
true.
in
That's
and
true.
said because Trump even said Elon, you know how he talking. He was talking
Yeah.
about he knows computers and blah blah blah. So he hinted at Elon potentially, or I'm gonna say potentially, being able to manipulate the computers.
of course,
So
and the
he
fact
hinted at that himself.
he
So
was
again,
paying people
20
off to vote for him.
right, 2020 and
He was. He
2024,
was. That's true. That is true. Damn. Dawn.
yeah, it's totally different. Now, at least last time I heard that they are calling for a recall vote in New York. They are investigating. They're gonna have a recall vote, a recount, not recall, recount.
And that's where I need rubber and paper to hit the road. Like if people are going to court and saying this in court, like that's like to me,
Shit,
I have go ahead.
how long you been knowing me?
I, and that's why I believe you that's why I'm
You
asking
think
you.
I'm just gonna put some shit
I
out
know
there
you're not. I know
just
you're not.
because of how I feel?
And that's why I want to have a pot about it because I want you to send me the shit and we're gonna have this because I want you to. I'm not there yet. I'm not. And I'm not saying I can't get there. And as long as you know me, look, if you show me the evidence and I'm a reasonable person.
Yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
terrorist.
I'm,
Oh, this
I'm,
is the.
I'm
I'm
and you
not
know
like that neither. But I
yeah.
truly believe Elon Musk and Trump got together to steal the election, and that's what they did.
Just go
I
by what they
truly,
say.
I
it's
Go
am
by
right in
what they
your
say.
face.
no, I need more than what they say. I
The
need
Democrats is weak. The
actual I
Democrats do
agree.
not fight.
You're fair. You are right. And I can actually say and I'm gonna say this. Even if it was stolen, even if it was, let's say the Democrats have evidence of it in and of itself that it was stolen. I
Ain't
can
nothing
see
you can do.
them. No. I can see them not bringing it up. Honestly, for the sake of the democracy.
Well, listen, look what we at now
And
for
and
the
and and, and,
democracy.
that, and because that's how that is how I am looking at it. Because I still believe
Bobby, we are a weak party.
I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not denying it.
Why they
You
ain't
got
had the
me on all
people up
that. You
there?
got me at hello there, cuz. You got me at hello. when it comes to weakness. Look, we're a bunch of
Look,
bitches.
I'm gonna be an independent from now on. I cannot rock with Democrats no more
You can say that,
because
but you still gonna
Republicans
vote for them.
stand
You still,
10 toes
you
down,
they do. But
and they
again,
don't care whoever. That's my people.
you are right.
Democrat be like, oh, like
You-
it's too confusing.
I no, it's not confusing.
It's a
You
black.
still
I'm
know.
creating a Black Panther party
No,
for.
I,
We gotta do our own Black Panther party.
you are frustrated, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. I'm frustrated. I think we all are frustrated. That was our conversation a few weeks ago. We are frustrated. I'm not sitting here and saying that I'm not trying to hold the Democrats, but I am saying this. I can see the Democrats again not pushing truthfulness, even if it is true about the election and all of this stuff, for the sake of the democracy, because once it falls apart, you have anarchy.
Yeah, I get it.
Right. And
That's why I like Crockett. Speak.
if for the next election in 2028, 26, 28, we all think no vote matters
Yeah,
and it can
I,
be manipulated any way, what country do we have at that point? I'm asking you, Black. Thinking about it. I'm ponder that because that is why I can't allow myself, because with both sides thinking they're both cheating, we have no balance to say, yeah, you won it. All right, I'm a concede. There is no
but
concession.
Bobby Trump did it in 2020.
Hold on. Again, this is why you again listen to what I just said, because I'm actually the same question. Trump did it in 2020, and what did it lead to? A bunch of white people raiding the fucking chambers of Congress, right? Now, 2028, we say, or Democrats and stuff say, man, this shit is rigged. Now, if the Republicans win, the Democrats are rating some shit. If the Republicans lose, the Republicans like now we're in anarchy. That's
Democrats ain't gonna raise shit.
my
They
point.
gonna they gonna they gonna sing
Okay,
kumbaya and
okay,
go back
okay,
home
okay. Even
as
worse.
usual.
So then it's even it ain't worse. It ain't worse, but it's different. Now you have Democrats that say, why even vote? Because they
Well,
stole it last
we
time.
are most of the people that didn't vote is Democrats.
I agree.
There were more
I agree.
people that did not vote in this election than voted for Republicans
I
and
agree.
voted for Democrat.
I agree.
And if you look at the numbers, majority of people that voted is traditionally or didn't vote is traditionally Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
So Democrats ain't gonna do nothing regardless of what comes out. But where I would say with you is not about the Constitution. It's about, and it's not about what Democrats are saying. It's about what Republicans are saying.
No. Again, no. It's not even about the Constitution. It's about the integrity of elect people.
But chill.
Hold on. Let me just finish this, and I'm gonna give it to you, and I promise you, the floor will be yours. If the people of the United States as a whole, as a whole, don't believe when I vote it counts, we have nothing.
So just
So
let everybody
Bobby,
cheat
that
then.
goes back from
So just let everybody cheat.
generations.
No, I'm not saying let everybody cheat. I'm not
So
saying
how
that.
are you going to
And
stop it
I'm
if
not,
you don't expose it?
and all I'm saying is this. We need facts to expose. Like Trump talks shit any and every day. He can say, yeah, whatever that, and I'm not saying that first off, we can't call him a liar and the truth at the same time, but we do, and because he do both. Because he do both. My point is still this: like, we have to be able to have actual facts that we can take into court. If they take into court Pennsylvania was stolen and this is how it was done, I will
I believe
believe.
it was. Yep.
No,
So we have to
hold on.
get to that point.
Exactly. But there hasn't been a single lawsuit, to my knowledge, to this point, to try to make that a fact.
Because Democratic is weak.
So now I'm coming back to it then. How true is it then? Or is it what I said before? Are the Democrats not going to do that because they believe that if we were to bring that into a case, now nobody believes that elections are real?
But Trump ain't had no. Trump did it in
But
2020.
but, but,
So
but do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
I understand you. You try
like
to keep the peace of the. You
no,
know,
I,
you're a military guy. So this is what
no,
y'all do.
no, no, no. It's not. I believe in democracy, and I believe
I
every vote
yeah,
counts.
Bobby, you right.
But
You thinking like
we have.
a true Democrat that got privileges, not a broke Democrats in the projects.
There's no difference. No, we all got the same vote. No. Because you know good and well damn doing like
I know, Bobby.
you already know. So we all grew up in this shit together. You know what I mean?
But
Like, I
me
ain't
and
where I'm
Black
at,
do
but
believe it was stolen, and his partner Elon Musk helped him.
and that's possible. I'm not saying that it's not. However, let's take it to the courts. And without the courts, without us saying, because the motherfuckers stood out of court and said, oh, this, that, and the other outside of court, but they refused to go to court and say those same exact things.
Yeah, true.
So that's what I'm talking. Like, right now, honestly, you and Black are saying conjecture. It's conjecture, which means it hasn't been proven. All I'm saying is, let's take those things, and somebody bigger than us that's sitting on this podcast should be able to should have by now said these are the abnormalities.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, baby. I see you laughing. My wife laughing at me and me trying
Tell
to
her
make
I
my
said
word.
hi, girl.
Everybody said hi, baby. She said hi, y'all. The abnormalities, and we need to put them into fact and put them into a court, because, like, I can say whatever I want to say about Black, but until I go to court and say and swear my name on a Bible and have lawyers actually say that shit in court, all I'm saying is bullshit. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm asking for. Is that too much? No, I don't think it is, because that's the same litmus test that I asked from Trump supporters and anybody who said 2020 was stolen. That's all I'm saying. Intellectual honesty.
Again, Shimmy, you comparing 2020 and 2024,
No,
and I see them as different because again, Biden didn't come out in 2021 and say the election was rigged. That's how I won. Biden didn't say that.
okay. So you are absolutely correct. 2020 and 2024 is different. Trump went to court. He got kicked out of court 60 something times. He went to court and got kicked out of court 60 something times. Tell me how many times the Democratic Party, with Kamala as the head, went to court saying some shit was stolen.
It ain't happened.
That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, because we're a weak Democratic
No,
Party.
no, 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 no. I can't. As much as don't get me wrong, I believe the Democratic Party is weak. I'm not saying, I agree with your point there, Dawn. However, I'm talking about rubber meets the fucking road. Facts. Not conjecture. Not conjecture. Not, well, Elon is in charge of this. This in charge. It's just another thing. The same shit that the fucking Republicans did in 2020. It's no different unless you're willing to go to court and put your name on the Bible and say and go to jail for it or lose your bar license. And people lost their licenses under Trump for doing that shit. They was more committed than what y'all saying right now. And again, I am being intellectually honest on the
So if
situation.
so if you told me you drove your car to work on flat, and I say I don't believe that, but I know Ship. You actually said, and I know Ship don't say no bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
How is a president saying on national? And I don't look it up, make sure that it was legit.
Mm-hmm.
He actually said it, and what the people, the fact checkers were saying
Mm-hmm.
about what he said.
Okay.
So to say go to court, how can you go to court on something that a president actually said, but and you find out that what he said was true? What am I gonna go to court for? He said it.
Again, there has to be factual evidence of it to like again.
Where is the
I,
okay? I understand what you're saying. You saying that okay, a president say something that don't make it true. It's got to be factual evidence to say that the election was stolen after he done told you that it was rigged. That's how he won. So where's the factual evidence?
we
Where's
talking
the
about a
people who challenge?
bullshitter, but we are talking about a bullshitter.
So if you're not gonna
You
believe
know,
him,
no, hold on. And I have to stop you at this because
Bobby
we,
don't
we,
want
we,
no
we,
white.
we are not talking about Obama here. We are not talking about even I would give a fucking all the presidents before Trump. We are not talking about people who carefully craft their words.
mhm,
We are talking about a bullshitter. We all agree on that. He's a
okay,
bullshitter. He say
I
shit out of
get that.
his ass for any and
I get
everything.
that. I
So,
I,
so,
I understand that, Shipman. I get
again,
all of that.
it has to be factual. And I'm gonna say this because you said, "How do I not believe you?" When somebody else said that, I'm gonna bring it back to my man Hams from Puerto Rico, light skinned dude, whatever, like from New York. If he told you some shit and then you told me, yeah, I believe that he told you. Then like between you and me, like what he told you, I believe is true. What he told you. Now, what this motherfucker is saying, I can't believe that.
Okay.
Now, and at the same point, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm just saying we need to take this shit to court and show it legally. That's
Okay.
all
And
I'm saying.
I don't think that would ever happen because of what it would cause. I don't think so. But
Now
this
that's
this
what I
is
said 30 minutes ago.
this is where we I guess is different because I will take what is said and draw my conclusion. Now,
Not from a bullshit artist.
hold
No,
on,
no, no, no. You know from a bullshit
hold
artist.
on, hold
Okay,
on.
okay,
It's
okay,
not just from him.
okay,
It's not.
okay, okay.
Now you go back to what Elon said. Now we know that why how much money
Mhm.
Elon put into the election.
We
We
do.
know what he has done. So when you add what Elon has said and then what Trump has said, it's like, hold on. This shit ain't and then you because again, I had heard that and I'm like, okay, there's no possibility. Or there's a
Mhm,
small possibility.
mhm.
Then you read what New York is doing, what they said their districts was doing it. Now, all this stuff has it gone to court? I don't know about the New York stuff. I heard that it was being elevated or recounted or something like that.
All right,
So I in the past week or so or 2 weeks, I haven't paid attention to it.
I'm a chat GPT it as we speak. All right.
Okay.
New York, uh, uh, Kamala
I get what,
district.
because some
Go ahead.
fights it's not worth the fight. We just praying to get him impeached and out of here. We're gonna
No,
suffer for 4 years.
he's never getting
That's
impeached.
what the Democrats think.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not happening. And Romeo's District 35, Rockland County, New York, data shows 0 votes cast for Kamala Harris during the 2024 election. Wow. All right, why did this happen? Block voting by Orthodox Jews community. So maybe they're saying that this shit really did happen. Hold on. Let me.
No, motherfucker.
I'm reading.
that's
I'm
You
reading.
you
right,
you need
Black.
you
That's
need to
right,
go to
Black.
court.
Hold on.
You need to
Hold
go to
on.
court.
Yeah. Block. Huh? Hold on. Let me. Thoughts for a second. Romeo Precinct 35 in Rockland County, New York data shows 0 votes cast for Kamala Harris during the 2024 election, while Democratic candidate, Senate candidate Tristan Gillibrand still received hundreds of votes in the precinct. Why did this happen? Block voting by Orthodox Jews communities. Several experts attribute the abnormality to block voting within his Hasidic Orthodox community. Voters followed rabbinical guidance to enter a straight party line for favoring Gillibrand in the Senate race, but skipped the president contest, resulting in 0 votes for Kamala Harris. No indication of voter tampering. The Rockland County Community, I'm sorry, y'all, I've been drinking. Board of Elections initially reviewed the issue and found no signs of technical faults. Nevertheless, a lawsuit smart legislation has pushed for a hand recount due to statistical abnormality. The court ordered discovery to proceed. So it's in court. It is in court. Current status. The lawsuit is underway in the New York Supreme Court, Rockland, and hand recount is pending. Next key deadline, September 22nd, 2025, when the court will revisit the case during discovery proceedings. Bottom line, this issue isn't evidence of fraud or machine error. Instead, it stems from an intentional voting behavior, specifically block voting, where community voting patterns led to this unusual yet legitimate result. That's what Jack. So we you're not lying. You're not wrong. You're not lying. It happened. It happened. Now we got to see how real it is. It happened.
Don't question me no more, motherfucker.
I didn't question you to begin with, brother. You already know that. Look, I'm just like
Go Black with all
I
your you are then going MSNBC. The
just
Black MSNBC.
look here. I didn't quite because I heard about it too. I heard about it too. But look here. We're gonna see what happened. We're gonna see what happened. I
Ain't shit gonna
again.
happen. They gonna find
Look,
out that it wasn't enough to swing. Blah blah blah. But
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
come on, that don't make no sense. That don't make
So,
sense.
so I'm gonna ask Chappie, has there been other abnormal? Has there been others?
Of course they was. He wasn't winning Pennsylvania. I was like, this is some bullshit, allowed though.
So,
How?
No,
so
the
yeah.
whole Pennsylvania. The only two times that they haven't voted for Democrats when women have been on the ticket.
Yeah,
Mhm,
you're
So
right about that.
mhm,
I when the
mhm,
night that Kamala was the nominee, nominated to be the nominee,
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
Shimmy, you know, and I call you, or maybe I think I text you, and I said she will not beat Trump. I said that way back then. No sooner
you
they
did.
nominate her,
You did.
I said she will not beat Trump. This
I
nation
was
will
optimistic.
not elect a black woman. I said, I told you this.
Yeah.
I said they did not vote for Hillary. They will not vote for a black woman.
I
Mhm,
said that
Period.
too. But the whole
Period.
thing was when Biden took his time. She only had 100 days,
mhm.
and she was
I don't
going
care. She could
hard.
have had 1,000 days. She wasn't going. This nation is not going to vote for a
They
black
ain't
woman.
ready for that.
Yeah. They,
That's
they,
There's
why we
too there's
needed
too
the.
many black men out there who hate their mother, don't respect black women, they not gonna support a black woman. They not gonna vote
They ain't gonna let a black woman tell them what to do.
yeah,
because they hate their damn mama.
Because
yeah,
I was listening to podcasts and all of this, and they get on there, a little shows. I do the white ones and the black ones, whatever. But I have like a lot of black people was caught, black men. Oh no, she is this and that, and taking her back when she was in California when she was the attorney general. Oh, they was like, oh, I was like, dang,
And
black people.
I looked up going back to when she was attorney general in California. I went back and looked up a lot of her cases.
mm-hmm,
She did nothing but follow the law.
yeah, yep,
She did nothing but follow the law. She
yep,
didn't go seek out nobody. She just followed the law to
yep,
what is how it's supposed to be. And a lot of people hated her for that.
yep.
So criminals hate when they get punished. Motherfucker, you're a criminal.
And she created diversion programs for people
Yep.
to
Yeah,
not have to go through all the shit that you normally would have to go through.
yeah,
Yep.
we did
Like
all of that. But we're really, y'all always know this. We still living in a white people country. No matter how you put it, how where they put you at, how your standards is, how much money you, they control what they want to control. And they're not gonna have a woman or a black woman being a president. So my
I
thing
think
was, I'm like, I was
I
happy
think it was
that
more
she did
women
it.
than
I was like, yes. When she came to vice president, that was enough for me. Then
I
I was
think
like, pull a white man, maybe in the 40s, in his 50s, still got that vibe, a Democrat to run.
you said the same thing I said, or go ahead, Black.
So,
Go ahead, Black.
so, all right, Black, go ahead.
I think black men let us down.
Oh,
Is why
absolutely.
Kamala lost.
No,
It had nothing
no.
to do with.
Well, I know that because I'm a
They
black
did.
woman.
Yeah, they absolutely did. Like I think it was more. It was black men. It was Hispanic men. It was Hispanic women, and as always,
The
it
white
was
woman.
white women and white men. But I blame more white women, and the reason why is because the they're misogynistic on themselves, and they don't
They
even
vote against their own self.
and they don't realize it. A lot of them. Not,
Yeah, they know
and
now.
so
Shit, we can say that about shit. Majority of Republicans
oh yeah.
vote against
Well,
their
it's
own best interest.
Black.
Anybody that vote Republican, not
Now, I ain't
anybody,
gonna say
but
any. I'm gonna
let
say
me say any.
majority. If
Majority,
if you
majority.
make
Listen,
if you make less than $40,000, $50,000 a year and you vote
Yeah,
Republican, you voting against your
absolutely,
own best interest.
absolutely. Big beautiful bill. That's. I mean, you will be paying more than
Yep.
you were before under the big beautiful bill. Is that fucking simple?
And his first term, poor people paid more and
Yes,
don't even realize they
yes,
want to say that they
yes,
paid less. No, you did not. You paid more.
yes,
we was in pandemic, and these fools talk about checks coming in.
yes.
Did you get your check yet? Let me know.
Uh, First off, I was never getting a check.
I ain't never got a check.
Never, never. We not we weren't getting a
So
check.
this is what I was hearing from the average
I,
black guys that was
yeah,
calling up saying stuff. I'm like, okay, well, they don't like women, or their mom was this, or well, whatever. They baby mom took them to court, whatever. But the whole thing with the fact that we was talking about, yeah, I got a little tequila too, cause
it-
tonight.
come on,
Cause
come
I
on,
had to
come
take a
on, come
drink.
on.
I had to
Wait,
take a
wait.
drink after I seen he done dropped a bomb on her friend. But the fact that I didn't, I was pushing for her. I was happy just as the vice president. But at the end, he's still there. We seen it live on debate. I just fell to the floor. I said, "Oh, we fucked up." He was saying,
Yeah, that
uh,
shit was horrible. That shit was
and then
horrible.
everybody was like,
That
"He's
shit was horrible.
fine. He's
No,
good."
no, absolutely
Now
not. You
you
gotta go.
gave
You
a
gotta go.
woman,
Nah.
no, you gave this woman, black woman, mind you,
Mhm.
back out. I watch track
Yeah,
in the Olympic. You gave
yeah.
her the baton
Yeah.
When people going across the dang on finish line.
And we got our Master Chief shipmate here.
Oh, is that running coming on?
Yeah.
Oh
What's the
shit!
word?
We
What's
got
the
our
word?
man.
What's the word?
I don't want. I don't. Even, I'm getting off.
Literally,
That's the one I think. Oh no, that ain't him.
don't go nowhere, Dawn.
Okay.
Literally and figuratively, we got our Master Chief shipmate on here for the Shipwreck Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Bruh. We're look, we've been talking for an hour and a half, us with the fam. We on the couch and we just, you know what I mean, we doing what we do. You know, this is emergency pod, and we gonna about to give you the floor. Anybody else got anything to say before we let Ronnie get the floor? Because we know
Cause
when he gets the
his
floor.
ass,
Yeah,
we ain't
once
gonna
he
give him
gets
another
the
chance to
floor.
talk. So
No, we
Hey,
Look,
hey,
if
Bobby,
you
pose
say
the question
something
again, bro.
triggering, I'm out of here. You don't
we
trigger
got it.
me.
Pose the
Uh-huh.
question again.
No, the question is, we at war, man. There ain't no question. We are at war, and I'm
Okay.
scared for our country.
Okay, I missed some things. So I'm out here in the country, man. So it's
Oh,
like you got to put me on game. I'm like, what?
all right.
Oh, at war, I missed it.
Bruh, we done bombed Iran.
America did.
Yes,
Okay. Well,
we done bombed Iran. Your boy. You know what? I'm gonna play you the video because you ain't seen it. I'm
right.
gonna play
Nah.
you what your
well, I'm
man's
about to
had to
mute it
say.
because I don't want to hear this shit no more.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
All right,
I'm muting that
Go,
shit, Black.
go ahead and start the video.
here you go. Hold on, shit.
Time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do
Okay,
not, future
I heard
attacks
enough.
will be far greater
Okay.
and a lot easier.
All right, here we go.
Are y'all
To
surprised?
America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs.
We
I heard enough.
Yeah, we're still working on our technical stuff. Anyway,
Hey,
go ahead,
hey,
man.
Bobby. Hey, when we
Go ahead.
first started this podcast, whatever, what did I say was going to happen within the first, I don't know, year of Trump's administration? What did I say?
You tell me what happened.
I said we was going to be at war, right? And they was like,
Mhm.
no, we ain't going to be. I'm like, and within a year, we're going to be at war. You know who said that already? Kamala Harris. And everybody else in the past said the exact same thing. And what did I tell you? The only reasons why a president can't be impeached. What other what reasons are there?
You
guys
said
remember?
during war. You said time during war. You did say that. You
And the
absolutely.
only people that can declare war is who?
Congress. Oh, Congress is the only one to
Did
declare.
Congress declare war?
No, but
Okay,
No.
so hold on. So hold on, hear me out. What I'm trying to tell you. Listen to the play of words what the man did. You know what I'm saying? Did he say we was at war with Iran?
Nah.
No, he didn't say that. He said we just bombed them. Right. So listen, you got to listen to the message of what they're talking about. This ain't new, bro. I've retired 30 years in the military, bro. We've been practicing this scenario for the entire time I ever could remember back when I first joined the military about doing exactly what they're doing now. This ain't a surprise to me. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone else. If it is, then they're clueless because literally we've been practicing this for at least my time I was in the military. At least my time. And I know it was more than that because we've been in the Gulf for how long? Who you think we was over there? You think we was over there for Saudi Arabia?
So let me tell you where I'm at with this.
Go.
I thought he would chicken out from bombing them because of forever wars. I thought he would chicken out because of we done been there and done that. Like I thought because he's a bully, he liked to talk shit.
Talk shit.
But you know, he liked to bomb shit at times. But
Listen.
I didn't think because there is no end game to this. Like you can't name the end game. He didn't name the end game. Like
Mm-hmm.
the fact that tonight he didn't say this is the end game.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm looking for to be the end game.
Mm-hmm.
It's open ended.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I get exactly what you're trying to say, man, but I am not surprised in any sense, form, or the way, or nothing. You listen to the
So hold on.
so you got go ahead.
This ain't about if you're surprised. What is your feelings about it? Now let's go
Okay, my feelings.
comments.
So my feeling.
To how you feel about it now.
Okay, so me knowing that we went to war for or not war. They bombed Iran for a specific reason, right? They have been a state sponsoring terrorist place. It's known. It's not a secret. And then I spent some time in Africa, so I've seen a lot more than people understand. But Israel was worse. You know what I mean? We can't even go in there and expect them. Like what do you mean? But my feelings is Iran never really wanted to go to war with anybody ever. They were protecting people that needed their protection, period. That's really what it was in my sense. You know what I'm saying? But you got the big bullies. How does America make money? What's our main source of income?
I mean, oil. I mean, it's a bunch of shit. But
No,
my
our main
question,
source of income. No,
to you
bro. Our
is,
main source of income is military, man.
what happens next? Yeah, it
So
is military.
when
You're
we go to
absolutely right about
war,
that.
every time we go to war,
Complex.
war got us out of recession, the Great Depression with the mob cats, right? And then got us out of a whole bunch of debt. Whenever we go to war, watch how much money America. Oh, we losing so much money. No, we selling arms to everybody else and all this other bull crap. We make money in war.
But at those other times, he wasn't in as much debt now. So I don't think war can't take us out of that because it's still open ended. Like and what I mean by that is you can you can create a war like look at Iraq. It created money. It created money for America, but America couldn't create that money back.
Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, bro. You don't even understand. Like, okay, I
I'm
won't get too
listening.
deep, but what I mean by that, don't get this twisted. There's no way that a state like us was going to send people over to go do something that don't make money. If it don't make money, the America's not. It ain't gonna make sense. Everything is about making money, but everybody in the world is like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us being doing that.
Mhm.
It's just everybody does it. We just do it a lot better than a lot of people. You feel what I mean?
So here's the perfect case that I want you to tell me how we made
Go ahead.
not individual
Mhm.
companies, not individual companies, because individual companies made it from
Mhm.
Blackwater to Halliburton
But
and all the
that
other
goes back to
shit.
the government. I'm gonna tell
No,
you how it
no,
does
no,
it.
no,
Just
no,
go ahead.
no. No, 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 no. It it
Okay.
does. However, comma, it still created a deficit. That's my point. Like making money is different than what you want to say. Like make like if I go out if I go out outside and sell some
Mhm.
lemonade and I made
Mhm.
$5, but it cost me $10 to
Mhm.
make it. Yeah, I made some
Okay.
money. In theory, I made some money, but it still costs me money to do that. So the Iraq War didn't make the United States any
I'm about.
money. So tell me
Okay.
how. So I'm coming to you
Okay.
specifically because before we go to Iran, because that's
Okay.
hypothetical.
Listen to this, Bobby.
Let's talk about. Let's talk. No,
Okay.
hold on. Let me finish. Let's talk about what it is here in of the
Okay.
moment, which is the Iraq War from two thousand and
Mhm.
three to 2012, 15, whatever we got
Mhm.
out of there. Tell me how the United States government and our country as a whole made
Okay.
money. Not a company,
Okay.
our country.
Okay. And I'm gonna use your own scenario for you, right? Who
Okay.
did your books when you sold that lemonade for $5 and said that you know what I mean, but you made $10? Who did the books? You?
Black
Okay.
did them. Black did them
Who
for me.
who
Black did them
did?
for me. Black.
Okay.
Black right there.
Say
Right there.
black
Black did them for
black
you.
did it, and he said instead of it being you made $5, you made $25, or you lost $10. Who doing the books?
Black doing the books.
Okay. So who's in charge of the books?
Black in charge of the books.
Does that make sense to you? If I write whatever, hold on, hear me out. What I mean by that, if I write whatever I want in my books, right, and I'm in charge of my own
Mhm.
books, how do you know that the information is correct? I can tell you I'm at a deficit, but I made a gazillion dollars. Or yes, sir. Or I can
Right.
make hold on,
Right.
or I can make money and say I lost.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, bro, this money, yeah, this is so big. This is so much bigger than people understand. Like you don't even understand. Like the
Bro.
books are being. Listen to what I'm telling you, Bobby. Listen, and here's another thing, right? Say I owe you. Hold on. Say I owe you, and they say, oh, we're in a deficit. Say I owe you. I don't know. Let's go with a crazy number. $2.5 trillion. Say I owe you that. Come get it. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Okay.
So that's how that go.
So hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta stop. I gotta stop you
Go
because
ahead.
for one,
Mm-hmm.
your numbers is off. Even being drunk, your numbers is off. And
Oh, this
and the
water.
reason I'm gonna say that
This
is
is water.
no, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me being drunk.
Oh.
I'm about to bust your ass and I'm drunk and you fucking drinking water. I'm about to bust your ass.
Go ahead.
Okay. So here we go. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you said, all the things that you said about keeping the books and cooking the books and all that stuff made money for companies.
Okay.
The country, I'm talking about the country in and of itself went into a deficit. The country
Okay.
owed that. We're not talking about now did motherfuckers make a lot of money? You absolutely right. We're not talking about did motherfuckers make a lot of money. We are talking about the country.
Okay.
We are talking about the country. Did they make out from us taking over the Iraqi oil fields and all this shit and all of that shit?
Okay.
The answer is no.
Yeah,
Hold on, let
okay.
me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna give it to you again. So
Hold
the
on,
country did not make any money off of that whatsoever.
This is so
And
simple.
the only slide you're gonna have with me right now is because I've been drinking, and so it's gonna take harder for me to remember what I was thinking. Anyway.
I can dig it though, brother. I know. Hey, I'm picking up what you're trying to put down.
but what I'm saying is like the country has not made any money off of us going to war with Iraq.
Okay.
We have lost money there.
Okay.
And so everything that you said about who's cooking the books and this, that, and the other, I agree with you. Books have been cooked. I'm not saying they haven't, but the United States government made no money off of those books.
Hold on. Hey, what's the biggest budget in the U.S. government? What's the biggest budget? This is simple, right?
DOD.
And when the last time?
It's DOD.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. When the last time they had a budget that was like done correctly?
They passed the audit. They haven't passed the audit before we was born.
Hold on. So imagine you had your own checkbook, bro, and you never ever fix your budget correctly the entire time, but it grows every year. What does that tell you? You think the government losing money? The government makes more every year. The budget for the watch. Look how the budget. Listen to me.
All you
Listen.
doing is making my point for me. Who makes
No, bro? You're
Ronnie,
not
one
hearing
simple
me
question.
out.
Whoa. One simple question. Who of all of the money that you're saying is, which I agree with you 1000%. One, fuck that. We're gonna see. We're gonna stay. So we're doing numbers. We're gonna do them correctly because we've been drinking. 100% because that's so you can't go
Okay.
past 100. 100% is
Okay.
correct. Somebody is
Hmm.
siphoning off shit. People is making money off of bullshit. Yada 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 yada. You tell me.
They ain't never had a
You
balanced
tell me.
budget.
Other than a corporation or,
Balanced budget.
or individuals, corporations or
Yeah.
individuals, you
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
how the American people is going to make money from made money. Sorry, because we're going to stay back in the past tense. We're not going to go to Iran yet because Iraq had oil fields and it's on the other end. Blah, 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 blah. How has the American people prospered from the Iraqi war? The American people.
We know
Okay.
American people ain't profit from no war.
Okay. So hold on.
I'm
Hold
asking
on.
Ronnie because
Hear
Ronnie
me out. And I
we
now I
good.
understand. So hold on. Hear me
Go
out.
ahead.
Why y'all think y'all can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you may be a little delayed. That's
Okay.
all.
Because remember I'm on the woods right now. But hear me out. And now I understand where you're coming from.
No,
Now I can see what you're saying. So individually, how did Ronnie, Bobby, and Black make money? Right?
no,
Because we're part
no,
of the
no,
government,
no,
right?
no,
You
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
an
no,
entity
no,
of
no,
you
no,
talking
no,
about an entity.
no,
So
no,
wait. So hold on, hear me out.
no. I'm talking about the United States people. I'm talking about the government.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about me. You.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You keep going back to individuals and companies.
No.
I'm talking about the
Okay.
United States people, the government, the
Okay.
country. How do we make money? How did we make money from us invading Iraq and getting all of their oil fields? Because we took them all over. Did we not? We
Okay.
took Black. Did we
Okay.
take them over? We took
No,
them
no, no.
over.
No.
How did the United States people make money from doing that?
So hold on. Here's a more simpler question for you. How does the government make its money?
You asking me a
This is
question
gonna
on the
help me. This is
question.
gonna
I'm
help you
asking you to
understand
answer
what I
mine
mean.
first.
Yeah. How
After
do,
you answer
no, no,
mine,
no, no, no.
and then
How does the so is the only budget they get from
I lost
is
it.
the American people? You saying that
no, we good.
hold on? You saying the
You
U.S.
keep
government
saying
only
that.
makes money from? Can you hear me?
Huh? Yeah, we got you.
Are you saying that Are you saying the U.S. government only make money from citizens?
No,
Is that your understanding?
U.S. government
Okay. So
make money
I'm
from
I,
taxes. They make money from
okay. Hold
taxes.
on.
That's how the U.S. government make money.
And right and tariffs and stuff, right?
Yeah, tariffs. That's
Correct.
taxes too. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So all now here's how they made money. All those companies that made that gazillions amount of money paid the U.S. government freaking monies back, bro. Do you think them companies aren't making? You think them companies aren't
So,
paying some type of freaking money back to the government? Are you crazy? They using government
okay.
stuff. So
Hold,
so what I mean
hold
by
on.
that, if you go back during the war and after war, did our GDP lower or did it grow? So
Hold on.
if you're in your hold on,
Hold on.
hold
No,
on.
no,
You said,
no.
but you're saying,
I'm
hold
gonna bust
on.
your ass. I'm gonna
You're
bust your
saying that
ass.
we
I'm gonna
went to
bust
a
your ass
deficit.
drunk.
If we went to a deficit, then our GDP would drop, correct?
No,
Or would it grow?
absolutely not. No, 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 no,
Huh?
no. Now I gotta stop you. Now I gotta stop you. A
I'm confused.
deficit and
Go
GDP is
ahead.
two totally different things.
I'm
A
confused
deficit
though.
comes with. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. A
Okay.
deficit is when point is simple. A deficit is I make $1,000.
Uh-huh.
I
And I
spend
spent
15.
2,000.
I spend $2,000.
Yeah, I
That's
understand,
a
man.
deficit. I got a deficit of 1,000. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's go to the next thing that you just said, which was
Go ahead.
fuck. God damn it. What you just said.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. He don't understand.
you. No, I completely. I do. God damn it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
forgetting shit
Yeah,
because
I
I've
don't
been
think you do,
anyway.
man.
Anyway.
In
No,
this
I
instance, I
absolutely
know.
do.
Listen, I
Like
know you. I know you smart as hell. I'm talking about in this instance. You don't understand
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean. I
No,
don't
no, no,
understand.
no, no, no.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm not saying you're not
It
intelligent enough. I don't think you understand what I mean. But I'm talking about.
so it's still the same shit. Like they so be oh I got it. you talked about all of these companies that was making money off of Iraq and all this stuff, right? So
Okay.
let's say they paid
Hmm.
$100 billion in
Hmm.
taxes because from getting oil from Iraq and all, because you said all these companies came in there because that tell me if I'm wrong.
No.
That was you
Go ahead.
prefacing it on. All these companies came in here and and
Mhm.
and and made money and they gotta pay taxes on it and stuff, right?
Mhm.
That was your prefaces, right?
Okay, that's
Right?
part. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Is that not everything? I won't say part. I want to make sure that's everything that you're saying.
No, 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 no. The U.S. government make money in a whole bunch of stuff, in a whole bunch
They
of
do,
stuff.
they
But we
do,
make
they
more
do.
money
But
during
it
wartime.
comes from taxes. It comes from taxes. It comes from
Mhm.
us selling stuff. You
Mhm.
know, but even in even when you want to say the U.S. makes money on war, they
Yes, we
sell it
do.
like these are individual companies that
Mhm.
are selling our ammunitions, that are selling our bombs, that are selling all these things, our F-16s, our
Right.
F-22s to other
Right.
companies, and then they get taxes. Still, it still comes into taxes, right? So let's
Okay.
say
Yes,
again,
sir.
it's pretty fucking simple.
Mhm.
It's pretty fucking simple.
Mhm.
The United States, let's say, for the sake of argument,
Mhm.
they made $100 billion off of taxes off the Iraq War in
Mhm.
2010.
Okay.
They spent $200 billion in the war,
Mhm.
still serving in
Mhm.
Iraq. I mean, still serving in Iraq in 2010. We had a deficit of
Mhm.
$100 billion. That's just
Okay.
and and
Who
and and
who
and, 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 but,
right, but who
but, and,
wrote
and
the who
before I get, but hold on,
but who provided those numbers?
hold on, before, again, that's why I say
Oh,
before you even talk, because thi-
okay.
this is all you need to know. This is all you need to know is this.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
If it wasn't true, how did we go from three
How do we
trillion dollar deficit, $5 trillion deficit? Hold on, $8 trillion deficit, $20 trillion deficit to a $33 trillion deficit that we have today. Today we have a 33 to 35. I can't remember the number. It's in the 30s. It's in the 30s. So it happened. Now, I agree with you what you about to say, what you about to say is somebody cooked the books. However, the United States government didn't prosper from that. That's
Exactly.
my point. Who I don't give a fuck who cooks the books. I don't give a fuck who makes the money. The bottom line is the American people are suffering from these wars.
Absolutely, people suffer
Floor is
from it.
yours.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying that. Don't get me twisted on any of that. 'Cause
Yeah,
any
yeah, yeah, yeah,
life
yeah.
whatever anybody
Eh,
makes.
You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit. You, you break you you breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit. Try it again. You is you breaking up for you
Yeah,
too,
I can't
Black?
hear him.
Yeah, you breaking up.
I'll come back on.
Okay, come back. Black, what you think about what I said?
Uh, I think it's two different arguments, two different points. Why he's going to war, or why he say war was created and all of that.
Yeah.
So
Try, try, go ahead. Try it again.
nope.
That me?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, you.
Y'all can hear me?
Uh-uh. We
Yeah,
we can't
it's a
hear
bad
you.
connection.
Yeah, I'm out here these sticks, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll talk about it, bro. We'll talk about it.
yeah,
We'll talk about it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Go
it's two
ahead, bro.
different things that y'all kind of went different ways about it. Not different ways, but what the pod was about, and what he ended up talking about. I think it just kind of went astray. Um, so I think that was the biggest issue because I would like his opinion on attacking Iran.
He's trying it again. Ron?
And our strategy still.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, we're gonna talk about this again, bro.
Go ahead.
Okay. Um,
Go ahead, Black.
I understand war creates money, but with this war, what is it going to create? What did it create? Why did we go and attack their nuclear facilities? What I understand, the three bombs or the three places that we attacked were their nuclear facilities, and I don't think Ronnie know that. He just know that we,
Mhm.
when you said we went to war, we at war, and I would encourage you probably to change that word, say we attack or drop bombs on Iran. Um, but anytime we attack somebody, to me, we at war as well. But legally, people like, no, we not at war. Congress can only declare war, so we not at war. Blah blah blah. Okay, I get that. Okay, y'all want to be technical.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Yeah, yeah.
we went and
Yeah.
bombed Iran. When we
Mhm.
bombed Iraq,
Mhm.
they gave us a lot, at least two, for the American people to galvanize and be like, yeah, let's go get them fuckers.
Mhm.
Where's that with Iran? I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, we went and bombed them
Yeah.
because Israel is attacking them. They had
Yeah.
war with,
Yeah.
they going back and forth with Israel, and we went and destroyed their nuclear facilities. What we gonna get out of that?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I still feel the same way. Like my point was when it came to Iraq was we got nothing out of
Yeah.
Iraq.
And the
Like people said, like when people had the conspiracy theories of we gonna get this money out of them, we gonna have to control the oil
and
fields
our
and
oil price is gonna go down and all. Yeah,
go down and, like it.
that's the lie that they
We
want you to
lost
believe.
money. We lost money. So like, and I understand what he's saying. Like he's saying somebody gonna profit from this situation right there. I agree with
Somebody
you.
always profit from
And
war. It's not the people. It's the
it's not the
companies.
American people. That's my whole thing. That's my whole. It's not the American people. So, like, yeah, you right. I agree with you. Halliburton, this, that, or whoever got to do this and the other, and as it get further deep in, it's gonna be even worse,
Black
or
Rock
even more
became
coming
Black Rock because of Iraq,
because of Iraq. Because of
and
Iraq.
now they own the entire damn stock market.
Yes, because of
Yep,
Iraq.
Iraq made Black Rock.
And that was my point. Like, let's not act like it's two different
It is.
things. Is what the rich folks and the companies is going to make, and then there's what actually happens to the people who have to pay for
Pay
the
for the
war.
war.
The people, the people who had to pay, and I didn't say that then, but the people who had to pay for the war, paying for the war. The companies
The
don't.
companies benefit from war.
And on top of that, we make them give them tax breaks where they still don't have to pay for it. Like,
They don't even pay their fair share. Yep.
yes.
Yep. So I still don't see the end game. I still don't understand why what we benefited from it,
There is no
why we did
one.
it. Um, I'm I'm easy to understand something. Just make it make
Mhm.
sense. This makes
Mhm.
absolutely no sense. Now at the time we
It
went
don't.
and bombed Iraq, it was they was hiding
I was for it.
they was
I
hiding
was for it.
terrorism, and they was
Absolutely.
responsible for 9/11 and blah blah blah. Okay,
Mhm.
let's go get their asses.
Mhm. Let's go. Let me tell you something. I was on duty that day. I'll never forget when Colin Powell went to the UN and talked. I was on duty that day, and I was like, after Colin Powell saw that little joint like this, and I was like, yo, Gotta
And
go get him.
I'm like, shit, because
It,
I
it,
had so much respect for Colin Powell. That dude could have said any damn thing, and I'd be like, God damn it, that's the truth. Let's go get him. I did
yeah.
not imagine he would get up there and lie.
Well, he didn't lie. He was told
He
he did what he
he
did.
he
I,
ba-
I think he had an
ba-
inkling. I think he had an inkling.
based on the information that he was given, it wasn't a lie. But we know it ended up being a lie.
Yeah,
And he even
yeah.
said that, I believe in his book, that if based on information that he had, he got up there and told the truth. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, this bombing Iran, why?
Yeah.
And see, I think
And
running, he was saying that Iran is protecting the most terrorists in the world or something like that. That ain't why we bombed them.
that's
Yeah,
not why we bought him. You're not. You're absolutely right. And if that's the case, that goes back to what I said: sleeper
yeah.
cells. You don't think that's they sophisticated over 1979? How many people? I don't ever watch the show Americans on FX or not,
Uh,
but it was an excellent show, and it was an exact thing of people from the Soviet Union that they grew up in like from teenagers, and then they got to the United States and they married and raised kids. Their kids was American, but they were sleeper cells, and they lived around the DC area, and they were spies, and they was doing their own thing. I mean, killing people like whenever Moscow said they need this happen, they would, and they were all over the fucking
I
country.
definitely believe that. I don't know if Iran is that.
That capable, but
Right.
you
You don't
how
know.
many
You're right. We don't know for sure because there's so many
you
people
don't
have
know.
entered this country and they only want to chase out damn Mexicans.
You talking about from 40 something
Yeah.
years. 79 is when I ran. Now granted, they ain't had that shit in 70. So let's say they started in 85. Let's say they started in
Mm-hmm.
90. That's four. What's that? 35, 40
Mm-hmm.
years? 45 years? What's that? 35? I don't know. I ain't about to add up math. But it who knows who is here and who knows the arsenal you could have in a mass in fucking 5 years, let alone 30 years.
Mm-hmm. I think when running get out the sticks and can get to social media and see what has actually happened, I would like to hear his opinion on it. But
Yeah.
I honestly thought that we would be at war another year and a half from now. Year and a half,
Mm,
maybe 2 years from now. I
mhm.
assumed or thought that yeah, we're gonna go to war because that would have been part of his. Uh,
2025.
yeah, that would have been part of his way to stay in
Mhm,
office because we at war.
mhm. The thing that I think a lot of people didn't anticipate is his first administration, he had a lot of
Yeah.
guardrails. And I mean that by in Congress and in his administration. He hired a lot of normal people.
Yep.
There are no normal people in his
You're right.
administration now. There are
You're right.
none. And so anything it policy used to work its way from the bottom up,
Hmm.
where you would hear all these different viewpoints. You would have where you thought, but then all these different people, smart as fuck, would talk to you and all have,
They all got different
and you will work it
scenarios,
out.
different outcomes. And if we do this,
Yep.
you because I remember I think during Colin Powell area, if you break it, you own it.
Yeah, that was
Yep,
Colin
you
Powell.
break it, you own it. And
Yeah, yeah,
we broke Iran, so what now? What
yeah,
now?
exactly. Well, it's not broken yet. It's not broken yet. But a hit dog gonna
Yeah.
holler, and we have no again. Where's the brick at? Where's the stick
Yeah.
at? We don't
Now a lot
know.
of people, they
We don't.
feel
We don't
safe
know.
because they're just a little country. They ain't got nothing on us and blah blah
No,
blah.
no, no, no,
They
no,
are a hell
no,
of a lot more
no.
strategic and a hell of a lot more war ready than we are. because the U.S. just know how to push a button and drop bombs.
and patient and
Yep,
patient
the other folks know how to fight.
and patient.
They know
Yeah,
how to fight.
and I'm gonna say this: they believe more than we
Hmm.
do.
And they
They
willing to
believe
sacrifice.
they willing to sacrifice. They are willing to do things that normal Americans are not willing to
All
do.
in the name of Allah.
Allah.
They will do
Yeah,
things that we can only
yeah,
dream of.
yeah. And so that was why I said it was wrong. But internet, bro, we had 2 hours. We gonna get. It's been a great emergency pod. Look here, we probably be back on here. We may be back on here tomorrow. Hopefully not for nothing, no bad
Yeah.
news. But hopefully, maybe we'll talk tomorrow. We'll figure it out. We go here, there, and everywhere. But
It's
it
definitely gonna be interesting to see what happens next. And
and
what these next probably 48 to 96 hours gonna look like.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, but
I just hope we succeed. I hope Cash Patel, who is a terrible fucking person.
all of them are.
Everybody
Oh
that's
yeah.
in charge. I hope everybody in charge succeed to keep us safe. Period. Point blank, plain and simple. Because keeping us safe, keep our family out of trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, I want America to succeed.
Absolutely.
So if they thought this, they thought that, all these different things, we need to stay safe as a
Yeah.
country. I'd rather them fix Trump's blunder than us come on tomorrow or a week or a month or a year from now and say, this is shit we was talking about.
Hmm.
I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. You want to be wrong.
Absolutely.
I know you do.
Absolutely. Shit. I definitely don't want shit around here.
I don't want shit to pop off. I want us to be wrong.
Hmm.
And I'm scared while we figure it out if we right or wrong. If he's right or wrong. More importantly, if he's right or wrong. I love you, bro.
Same here, bro. It's
I'll
been a
see
good
I'll
talk,
see you.
and shit,
It's been-
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. We will. I see a pod that's here that's watching. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. We'll see you when the next emergency pod come out, or we see you on Thursday.
Later.
Peace.